question that relates to your weaknesses. So as you said, there are many approaches. And it's always a difficult question for people that I work with, and to find the weakness. If they have and they are aware, and let's say quite often, it is maybe my language skills or my English is not good. But you can find, okay, I'm investing time in order to make it better, and I'm doing this course or I'm upgrading for this course. Now, there is something I've noticed is some people suggested to approach this with a little bit of humor. And they say, oh, what is your biggest weakness? And I heard the answer like, my biggest weakness is that I didn't apply for this role much earlier. Or what do you think about that kind of approach on the interview?
Yeah, well, look, there's a cultural aspect to this, which is obviously I'm born and bred Irish. I think that Irish hiring managers, especially hiring managers in general, they're looking. It's important to understand that the companies, and I've said this, obviously I've said this a few times, they're looking for the red flags, right? They're looking for people. The process of an interview is an information extracting situation, right? They're looking to extract as much information about you as possible, so they can weed out people who, maybe they're bluffing a little bit, or to even people who aren't representing themselves well enough that they can get more information on. That's really the important thing, and be able to screen people personally for whether they're a good fit for the role. In terms of the answer that was given there, really, if I'm asking you about your weaknesses, if I were to translate that to a psychological perspective, really what I'm looking at is, what is your level of self-awareness? Okay. Because somebody with a high level of self-awareness is somebody who's going to have personal development. Somebody who's personal development is somebody's going to be looking. They're going to be self-motivated. They're going to be self-starters. And somebody who would turn around and say, "Well, my biggest weakness is that I didn't apply before." That's funny. Would probably give me a chuckle, but I'd still be going, okay, but what actually is your weakness?
Okay. So
tell me, what are you not good at? Tell me about where you lack.
You would suggest, okay, it's fine to have a humor during the interview, but then you should answer the question anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not avoiding it. Yes. So the humor is absolutely nice things on the interview.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Of course, like humor is ability to build rapport. Fundamentally, it's about building contacts with the hiring manager, and they want to build a relationship with you to understand you. No, there should be no problem. Like, I come back to the fundamental. Remember that you're also interviewing the company as well. You know what I mean? So the question you need to ask yourself is, if I'm gonna have a bit of humor, that's professional, that's not immature or anything like that. If I'm gonna have humor in this situation, and the hiring manager is deadpan and not engaging with me, you have to ask yourself the question: is this the role for me? Is this the company for me? You're interviewing them as much as you are yourself. You know what I mean? So absolutely. They're not the total master and commander. That's the question you should be asking yourself. Absolutely, I think there should be humor involved. Yeah.
Great, and to complete that, I would add that one of the key things I work with the candidates is level of self-awareness. Whether I work with people in relation to training on career development, sales, or negotiations, the self-awareness is a key aspect on the whole process, because knowing yourself in the situation, that leads us to the next steps. How you, instead of reacting, you can respond, and you can move to another technical way of working on your soft skills. But you need to be self-aware. You need to have that base clear. And I'm happy that also resonates what you are saying. That leads me to fourth question. Feel free to join our LinkedIn group. Hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you.